get you updated on what's going on traffic-wise. This one's a little different. Obviously, we've got some winter weather getting ready to move into the area, so we're going to get you up to date with the latest on the forecast, talk about what you can expect road condition-wise. We'll be checking with meteorologist Matt Condon coming up here in just a little bit. We're going to talk about ways to get your vehicle ready. Today is a good day to do it. You also will have a little bit of time tomorrow morning to run out as well, depending on where you are. But again, we'll talk more about that. We'll take a look at some of the preparations that have been taking place on our roads. As always, we'll take a look at conditions right now because obviously you are going to be heading out. Today's a good day running around, so we'll take a look at that for you. And we'll be looking at gas prices. We'll take a little look at the airport if you are flying out. We will work that in as well. You'll want to keep up to date with what's happening at McGee-Tyson Airport for all the latest there, because obviously with the storm coming through, the wide range impacts, while we're not expecting to see any impacts until later in the day tomorrow, as far as where McGee-Tyson is located, areas to our west, obviously there are some areas already starting to see it now, so it's going to start impacting travel in and out of some of those major hubs, and that of course will trickle down and impact what's happening here in Knoxville. And we'll also take a look at some projects, not a lot, but there are a few projects we do want to touch on, of course depending on the weather, whether or not crews are going to be able to get out there, but we do want to go ahead and keep you abreast of what is going on just in case things do allow for those crews to get out there and take care of business. So first things first, we do want to take a look at how conditions are right now. We're going to bring in the TDOT SmartWays, and this is how things are looking. We do have one accident I want to tell you about. It's down in McMinn County for you. So just to the west of Sweetwater, to the west of I-75. This is State Route 68, eastbound and westbound, McMinn County at mile marker 3. Got a multi-vehicle crash right now. This was happened earlier today. Matter of fact, it was first reported this morning. Westbound, though, still shows, or eastbound and westbound still show that it is closed. But again, this is near mile marker 3 of a multi-vehicle crash there in McMinn County, so be careful with that. Matter of fact, if we can here, I'm going to bring this up full for you so you get a better idea of where we're talking. We'll zoom in on this for you. But here you can see to the west of the I-75 interchange there on 68, just to the west of the I-75 raceway as well. So that's where crews are working right now, and you do have those closures at this moment in McMinn County. As far as around Knox County right now, just a quick check, and we will come back to this later, but I just wanted to show you right now, you got dry conditions, might even see some sunshine, traffic's moving along. But again, just keep in mind, crews are going to be out there treating the roadway. So if you see those crews, you definitely want to give them plenty of room to get done what they need to. So keep all of that in mind as you do get ready to head out. But right now, we're not seeing any major traffic issues around Knoxville. We did have an accident earlier, but that has since been cleared up. And as you can see, traffic right now looking clear as a bell for you. So as you get ready to head out on this Friday, a little cooler than yesterday, but again, at least you have some dry conditions. All right, let's get you updated on what we can expect as far as road conditions, the forecast. We do have this latest right now from meteorologist Matt Condon.
A wintry mix is still on deck for this weekend, and it is going to bring travel impacts to the region. So for Saturday morning, we're starting out dry. So if you do have any last-minute preparations, you're good to go. Not expecting any travel impact on the roadways. Now, conditions will deteriorate as we get later through the day on Saturday. Closer to midday, we're going to have some moisture move in, especially along and north of I-40, initially in the form of some snow, and that'll be the window for some snow to accumulate. Now, as we get later through the afternoon and more so into Saturday night, we're going to see a change over to freezing rain, leading to the highest travel impacts that we'll see for this storm system. That continues into early on Sunday morning, but then as we get to the mid to late morning hours, we're going to see a change over to plain old rain. So we may actually start to see some melting of some of the snow and ice that does develop across the region. And the rain is going to be heavy at times. I can't even completely rule out even an isolated spot of some high waters. We're going to pick up several inches of moisture. Now, any moisture that is around Sunday night has the opportunity to freeze as temperatures will tumble. So initially the atmosphere will be cold enough for snowfall, but then warmer air starts to surge in, and it's the freezing rain that leads to the greatest impact on the roads, because that's rain that freezes instantly as it comes into contact with the roads, leading to ice. So again, Saturday morning we're dry, a lot of clouds will be around. That opportunity for a mix or snow is highest along and north of I-40, and expecting some accumulation along the Tennessee-Kentucky state line. 5 o'clock here Saturday, look at the pink shading. That is freezing rain and sleet falling. You can see temperatures are below freezing, but the warmer levels of the atmosphere are resulting in that rain instead of snowfall. So this is where you're starting to see ice develop across the area, and that trend carries over right into Saturday night, still dodging periods of rain, sleet, and freezing rain. Now, early on Sunday morning, we're likely going to have slick spots across the area, but temperatures will warm up, getting back up into the mid-30s. We're transitioning to a heavy rain across the region, and that's why we could start to see some melting as even temperatures warm up well above the freezing mark. That continues into Sunday evening, then the colder air starts to rush in. So temperatures will fall Sunday night. Very cold start on Monday, and we do have an opportunity, if there's enough moisture around, we may see just a few isolated snow showers, especially for areas outside of the valley. That could lead to some slick spots on Monday morning. Our greatest threat is the potential for some ice. You can see some of these higher totals. For most of the valley, we're getting either closer to 1/10 of an inch of ice, with some spots getting closer to 1/4. I think our highest ice totals will be across the plateau into Kentucky, where we could get closer to around 1/2 inch of ice, and that would lead to some huge impacts for the region. So around 1/10 of an inch of ice, you have slick roads and bridges, but most power lines are okay. When you get closer to that 1/4 of an inch ice, dangerous travel conditions with some power outages. And when you get to that 1/2 inch mark, widespread outages, roads are really treacherous, and we can also have some tree damage, again, resulting in power outages. So the threat's there for slippery conditions on the roads and also power outages as well. For snowfall amounts, highest is north of Knoxville, could get less than 1 inch, but the best chance for 1 inch or 2 will be along the Tennessee-Kentucky state line. We're expecting a lot of water with the system. When you melt everything down, 1 to 3 inches of rain. So we could see some lingering moisture around Sunday night, and again, we'll be watching for that potential for a hard freeze on Monday morning, as morning lows to start out the door will be in the teens.
All right, Matt, thank you. And again, you kind of got an idea of what to expect. And again, you know, even once this passes through, we're going to have all that rain. You're going to have those hard freezes. We're going to have some bitter cold, as Matt just mentioned, going into Monday, going into Tuesday, really a good chunk of the week, those overnight lows. So those areas where you have standing water, and you know those places, those spots that are close to your home, just know that there will be refreezing. So keep it tuned here to WATE. Of course, we'll keep you up to date on road conditions, schools as well. There'll be a lot of people asking questions about Monday. But again, we still have to get through the weekend. And don't forget, we're keeping you up to date with the latest as far as the timing, the impacts. Go to our website, WATE.com. Constantly being updated. Our digital team does a fantastic job. Our storm team does an amazing job as well. And I'm not saying because I work here, but they really do. And so continue to follow along here with all of the latest. Okay, so be sure to check that out throughout the course of the storm as it's approaching, and then obviously as it's here, and then as it makes its way out of here as well. Some areas will see some pretty heavy impacts, others not as much. So, but we'll let you know how things are shaping up. All right, so that's how the weather's going to be impacting the roadways. So again, today is a great day if you need to get out, as we showed you the TDOT SmartWay cameras. Tomorrow morning shouldn't be too bad, but really once you get about lunchtime and on is when you need to start wrapping things up, get back home wherever you need to be, and then just keep it tuned here to WAT and WAT.com for all the latest as we'll get you through those evening hours into the early Sunday. Also want to check with your church. If they have a website, I would keep a close watch on that. I'm not saying they're going to cancel, but I'm just saying you'll want to keep a close watch on whether or not those services will happen on Sunday morning. Your church may have already made a call on that already, but again, just something else to think about moving forward. By the way, also on our website for you, the City of Knoxville, the Public Service Department, there's their snow plan. You can take a look at this as well. It kind of runs through how they approach storms like this. Obviously, you hear us talk about different roads and their levels, level 1, level 2, level 3, plowing, things like that, which ones will get treated first. The crews have already been out there taking care of all of that. But again, this is a good way to kind of keep up with that. You can look over that. You can go to our website. We've got a link for you there. A pretty good little read. And, if the storm's passing through, I'll give you something to look at. But you can kind of run through either today as well, kind of give you an idea of how the City of Knoxville approaches storms like this, especially when it comes to our roadways. As we mentioned, there have been crews out there. You may have seen them. They've been out there plowing, taking care of the roads. Our own Ella Wales had a chance to do a ride-along with one crew out of Knox County as they were already out there putting some of that brine down on the roadways.
Knox County Engineering and Public Works employees are out on the roads 24/7 in the event of a winter storm. And right now, they're preparing for a long weekend at work.
The day before it starts, we'll brine a little while. Then we'll start switching our trucks back over to salt, put the plow on the spreader box, load them with salt, and get ready.
This week, drivers like Lyndon Kitts will constantly be out on the roads armed with thousands of gallons of salt brine.
We've got 1,000 on the truck right now. This is a second load, so that's 2,000 gallon already today that I'm gonna be putting down myself. I'd say by the time it's over with, just our district alone, we'll probably put down 30,000 gallons, I'd say, or better.
Treating the busiest roads first, they're working day in and day out to keep them as clear as possible once the weather hits.
So we have this list, which is your primary and secondary roads. So we always treat the primary first. Your main arteries basically, and then the secondary roads come next. Then thankfully, if we have enough time, hopefully we'll be able to treat whatever's remaining.
After the weather arrives, salt will be put down to keep the roads from icing over. KITS predicts 50 to 60 public works employees will be working this weekend.
When something like this is coming, we won't have enough people to hopefully be able to swap out with drivers, enough licensed drivers there to give some people a break, because it's definitely hard driving all the hours when it's all on you.
Some examples of primary roads in the county that will be treated first include Beaver Creek, Pleasant Ridge, and Shad Road. Residential areas and subdivisions will take longer to get to.
Ella, thank you. And again, it kind of gives you an idea, some of those main roads. Obviously, TDOT's going to handle the interstates, the state highways, and then the county and the city will handle, first of all, those major roads, especially those that lead to hospitals and emergency facilities like that. But, you know, you're talking your Kingston Pikes, Middlebrooks, roads like that, as you heard Ella mention a few of those as well. And then they'll scale down to some of the side roads and then continue down, if they can, to some of the neighborhood roads. So that's kind of how this will play out for you over the next 48 hours or so. So as crews are out there taking care of that. All right, something else you'll want to think about, because especially on a day like today, if you haven't already, give your vehicle, a car, your SUV, your truck, a once over. Make sure everything is looking okay. Make sure you check the tires and what have you. Make sure there's tread on there. Check your windshield wipers. They're definitely going to get a workout, that is for sure. Even after the storm passes, there's still that salt and whatever left on the roadways. They'll be kicked back up. Make sure you've got plenty of windshield wiper fluid in your vehicle as well. Make sure you've got a windshield scraper, maybe even a brush. But something that can help clear off, and don't leave it in the vehicle in case you get a lot of ice on your car. Leave it outside. Take it inside with you. Make sure you've got it with you. Just something you don't think about sometimes, but don't leave that in the vehicle. Make sure you have it with you outside the car. Some other things to think about, though, as far as preparations. Let's hear a little bit here from AAA.
We do encourage people to stay home and not get out on the roads unless it is absolutely necessary. This helps reduce the amount of traffic, can also reduce the number of crashes, and it also helps our emergency services.
Yeah, so again, you're going to have emergency crews out there responding to incidents, whether it's fire, wrecks, what have you. We want to make sure we keep the roads clear for that. Also, the road crews that are just trying to clear the roads. We don't want to get in their way. I want to give them plenty of room to work. Those trucks, they're tough to drive. That's not an easy job when they're putting that salt down, the brine, when they've got the plows out, whatever the case may be. They've got a lot. Those drivers have a lot to think about, a lot of moving parts there. So if we can keep the roads clear, that's really going to be the best thing for all of them. And just a reminder for you, you can read more about how to prepare your car ahead of the wintry weather. Our own Jack Ziskin did a story on this. We'll have that for you on our website at WATE.com. So take a moment and check all of that out. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk gas prices. We're going to take a look at the airport, and we'll get you up to date on a couple of projects as well. All that still ahead right here. So again, keep it tuned. All right, welcome back to the WAT6 Inside Newsroom. We just kind of ran you through some things to think about as far as taking care of your vehicle, getting it ready, kind of what you can expect weather-wise, what the latest is from the storm team, from our own Matt Condon, and then obviously we also took a look at road preparations as well. Right now, we do want to take a moment, as we always like to do in this middle segment, and get you up to date on what's happening as far as gas prices around the state. And that is how AAA has things as far as across the state. Now, usually we see a lot of blue. We're seeing more reds, and those light reds. That means we're a little on the high side. You may have noticed gas prices have been going back up. The national average right now at $2.86, Tennessee at around $2.51, $2.52. So here, take another look at it. There's that state average for you as we're breaking it down. It's like 251.8. All right, so if you want to be positive, 251. If you want to round it up, 252. Nashville right now, you can see where it sits about 262 right now. Also, take a look at 251 for Chattanooga, Knoxville 244, 242 for Kingsport and Bristol. So that's how we're seeing right now some of the areas that you may be traveling to or would like to travel to. Of course, the weather may change those plans for you. But I did want to show this to you, kind of see how things are panning out. Again, East Tennessee, the chunk of it still in that dark blue or light blue. Knox County right now, about 242. We'd like to see that. 242 for Blount County as well. Darker blues even better, 240 for Loudoun County. Anderson, 236. Average price right now for regular unleaded. Campbell right now at 242. Then when you get up toward the Tri-Cities, still seeing some of those lower prices as well. 236 in Greene County, 235 in Hawkins, Carter County at 241. But by and large, East Tennessee's not bad compared, especially when you look at the middle of the state. Rutherford County at 258, Davidson at 263 right now. So, seeing more red on that state map, but at least as far as East Tennessee is concerned, we're seeing a lot of blue and some white, which means we're right at the state average, which again is about 251 or below that. So good news for getting around here in East Tennessee. And a lot of you may be heading out today or early tomorrow morning to fill up the tank, right? So cost-wise, you should be okay. We'll scroll down here for a minute. As we mentioned, 251 right now around the state. We were at 248 yesterday. We kind of alluded there's been a little bit of an uptick as far as prices around the state. So you're looking at about 2 to 3 cents. We were at 251 a week ago, so where we are now, 246 then a month ago. It's like a roller coaster, 278 a year ago. So really, if you look at this, it's been, it really has been just kind of up and down from week to week, day to day. So that's where we're looking state-wise. We'll scroll back down, take a look here at what's happening in Knoxville, break it down for you. So first of all, average right now, 242. That's for regular unleaded. Mid-grade's at 283. Premium is at 326. Diesel is at 326 as well. Take a look, though, at how things have been playing out over the last couple days, weeks. As we mentioned, 242, the average price in Knoxville. 242 is where we were yesterday. 244 a week ago, so we're actually down 2 pennies. A month ago, we were at 244, and then a year ago at this time, 276. So overall, I think we are up a little bit. We're down from, say, a week ago, but we're nowhere near where we were a year ago. So, we'll take it. It's a nice little positive for you there. All right, let's take a look real quick at McGee Tyson. This is something if you are flying, whether it's for business, for pleasure, you're picking somebody else up at the airport. First of all, just a reminder for you, save you some time. I know they'll be putting salt down over there in the parking areas, but a lot of the lots right now have plenty of parking, so that's good news for you. But I did want to check here departures and arrivals. You'll definitely want to keep up with this. Call your airline because what's happening around the rest of the country, even though McGee Tyson will be directly impacted as well with the weather, but the weather's impacting so many other airports, especially those hubs. You see a lot of on times now. I guarantee you this is going to change. So this right now, everything's looking pretty good there. We had that one delay from Chicago. That is departures. That's to Chicago. Arrivals coming in, and the arrivals obviously going to play a huge impact on the departures. But right now, everything looking okay at McGee Tyson Airport. Travel right now, except for that one concerning that flight out of Chicago, that United. Otherwise, everything right now looks good. But if you're going to be flying American, say, to Dallas, you want to keep a close watch on that, especially as we get into later on tonight and early tomorrow. Be sure to check with your airline if you're going to be flying. All right, we've kind of run through the gas prices. We have taken a look at the airport. We will come back, take a look at a couple of projects coming up with TDOT, and if we can, we'll take one more look outside as far as traffic today. We had that issue in McMinn County. We'll try to get you up to date on that as well in just a moment. And welcome back. Want to get you updated on some projects that are going to be going on, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Some of these have been going on for a while now, but they are still impacting traffic. So crews hoping to get back out on the roadways next week to be able to continue some of these projects. Obviously, weather's going to have a huge play in all this, but I did want to keep you up to date, at least on a few of them here. So first of all, in Maryville, don't forget that work continuing along Washington between East Broadway and I want to say it's, Ellis Avenue, obviously a heavily traveled area through there. Crews have been doing work between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. each day. You got a lot of lights, a lot of businesses, so watch for some more slow traffic. Throw in some weather issues, and that could definitely continue to be a little bit of a headache for some of you between that 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Timeline during the course of the day during the week. So watch for that again next week. Also, stay in Blount County, section of Pellissippi Parkway between Alcoa Highway and Cusick, really all the way. But we'll just say between Alcoa Highway and Old Knoxville Highway 33. But it really deals with this bridge, this overpass here at Cusick. They've been doing some blasting activity. You do have lane closures. They're doing bridge repair there. A lot of work on that interchange. We even had some times where they've been working on the ramp as well. So just kind of remember, crews are going to be back out there again next week, weather permitting. Again, they'll be between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m., so right in the middle of the day as well. It's not a heavily traveled area, but if you do travel through there, it'll be inconvenient for you once again next week. All right, we're going to go to Knox County. This is Emory Road between Blueberry and Danaher Drive. So this is both sides of I-75. The good news here is this is going to be some overnight work. Of course, they're working to really overhaul that interchange, right? And so this is all part of that. But crews are going to be out there working on the shoulders of Emory Road. But again, this is between Blueberry, which is just to the west of 75, Danaher, which is just to the right. So pretty good little stretch right there of Emory, right there near the I-75 interchange. But crews will be back out there next week, but that will be overnight hours. So you're looking at like 7 p.m. till about 6 a.m. Then on Level Road, the work continues as well. This will be between Cornerstone Drive and Snyder Road, and this will be between 9 a.m. and 3 in the afternoon. More work scheduled here for next week. Watch out for lane closures during those hours I just mentioned. All they're saying is they're just doing roadside work activities. All right, so again, you can see those possible lane closures. Another stretch of Level Road. This is a big cut through for a lot of people coming from Pellissippi Parkway, obviously the I-40, trying to get to Turkey Creek or just trying to get to the interstate. So do watch for that, but between Snyder Road and Cornerstone, and again, it'll be right in the middle of the day again when crews will be out there 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. next week. That project is continuing. Also, one more for you we do want to touch on, and this is one we told you about last week. This is in Loudoun County. This is US 11, also known as State Route 2, and we're talking between Highway 70, which a lot of us consider as Kingston Pike, all the way down to 321 in Lenoir City. So that whole stretch there of 11 between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. This is a utility project that's going on through here. So watch out for those lane closures and delays. The hours for you there, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So the crews will be out there during the middle of the day. But a pretty good stretch of 11, you'll be seeing the work there again between 70 and 321. So watch for that in Loudoun County again next week. So nothing that you haven't already seen, but it's not going away. All right. Bring us back to the map for a minute. And then TDOT's still showing the incident for you. Multi-vehicle crash, McMinn County right now that has 2 sections of the roadway closed. I'm gonna kind of refresh this. Let's see if it's still there when it comes back. Let's just make sure. It looks like maybe they have taken that down. So good. All right. So it looks like that section of 68, what was just west of Sweetwater, excuse me, is now reopened. So traffic there should be moving along just fine for you. So otherwise, not seeing too many incidents on the roadways. Let's click on a couple of the TDOT SmartWay cameras before we let you go. Again, I just want to show here dry conditions. Today is a great day. You got to take care of some errands, got to take care of the vehicle, need to run to the store, or just want to get out. All right. Not a bad day to do it. A little cooler than yesterday, but at least you got some dry conditions out there. Live look for you right now. That is I-40 at Cedar Bluff, usually a spot where we see some pretty heavy traffic. Not the case today. We'll bring it a little bit closer to downtown. This is going to be I-40 Western Avenue. Looks great right now through that interchange. This is 275 up here in the upper right corner. No problems. Continue along 40. Let's head over near Rutledge Pike. Let's see how traffic there is shaping up. Looks clear as a bell. All lanes, everything rolling along for you. No problems. And then we showed you the airport a moment ago. Let's just take a look at Alcoa Highway. Let's pop in here near Topside. And traffic right now north and southbound there looking good for you on this day. So again, no problems for you there around the area. The one accident we were watching in McMinn County has since been cleared, so we like to see that. And I do want to remind everybody, if you see something, and this really goes for any time, but especially this weekend, if you're going to be out, maybe just in your neighborhood, ice on the trees, slick road conditions, whatever. We have this great QR code here you can use. You take your picture, you go ahead and download that, and you can send it to us, and you never know when your pictures may appear on 6 News. But again, it's report it, send us your pics. We'd love to see you. We can't be everywhere, right? So many times we rely on you, and we would love it if you snap some pictures, send them our way. All we ask is that you please, please, please be careful when you're out there, especially in the bad weather. Don't forget, you can always send us an email as well if you have any road questions. We'll try to get that answered for you. And TDOT as well, 833-TDOT-FIX. That's 833-836-8349. All right, that's going to wrap it up. Please be safe out there on the roadways. If you are out and about, just take it easy. But hopefully you can just stay home and let this storm come through. We'll get you through it. Keep it tuned to WATE and WATE.com. All right, have yourself a great day, and again, a safe weekend, and we will talk again next week.